enjoying it?
Really enjoyed it.
That's good, man. That's good.
It's tough on the back.
Tough on the old back.
Right, but I know it's all right. So they don't want us to work Easter bank holidays. So
Ideal.
ideal, but
I'll take that.
prefer the money. It's time and a half, but not sort of. Well, I'm not permanent, so it's
Yeah, could have done with
give
it.
it to the permanent staff. So, but if trading's happening, I'll be trading Monday, like Friday and Monday. So
Yeah. That's it, man. Enjoy. Well, you know now, you don't need many trades a week, do you?
nah,
Do you know what I mean?
nah, not
You can get away with 2 trades a week, easy.
I mean, last week I think I only traded Thursday last week.
Yeah.
I think possibly Monday. No, 21st.
And how did you
That
get
was
on?
last. Right, so
Yeah.
3 wins.
Ideal.
Not bad. Bad at all.
Ideal, mate. I'm just setting this up again because my clock's just disappeared again. There's always something wrong with this. Just my bloody head in.
Did you get flyers yesterday?
I didn't get no,
8 o'clock?
mate. No, mate. We missed an hour flip. There was an hour flip set up, and we literally just missed it by like 2 minutes. I was doing a top down, and then there was just no way of getting in.
no bottom wicks
Nah.
on anything else until 11 when it came back down.
Yeah. Well, I said it'll probably come back down at like New York,
Yeah.
but I wasn't staying on, and it did. Came down at New York. Oh shit.
That would have been a good one to get in as well.
Oh, it would have been lovely. One of the guys caught it though. One of the guys caught it, which was nice. I'm just starting me.
I haven't even looked. I mean, just on it.
Yeah.
I get in on a night.
Yeah, I imagine. Well, you need to get on when there's liquidity anyway. Really. I know you can trade any time at the day, 20, but really you need some volume, don't you?
Even if it's just to have a look at, you know, possibly any setups for the next day or potential movements that might happen. But even bring myself to put the computer on.
Yeah. I can imagine. Mate. Right, guys, let's get amongst it. Where's my chat gone?
I tell you, I got it at 21.90 yesterday. It come on to 21.81.
21.90.
Nice.
Yeah.
It got out at 21.81.
21.81.
Oh, nice that, Chase. Nice.
Well, I only had a 0.16 on it.
Doesn't matter. It's not, the thing is, though, if depending on what stage of your journey is, the money doesn't really matter. It's all about your logbook and being profitable. Forget about the money. When I mean profitable, yes, are you in profit at the end of that month? Because you can always just add accounts to it. You know what I mean? So the money is irrelevant, really.
Yeah. A couple of further than that one.
Yeah.
It did.
It's alright, though.
I just had 21.81 marked up as like a level I get out.
Well, that's previous support, so you're done right, really.
115 quid, so.
I do. Okay, guys, let's who've we got on the chat? Mehdi, good morning, mate. Good morning, Nella. Good morning, Drift. Lee, good morning, mate. Discord not connecting out here. Nightmare, mate. It's alright, when you're back home, you'll be all over it. At least you can get us on YouTube, eh? You can always ask questions and that in here. Anyway, make sure you drop us a like. Though. Subscribe to the channel. Right, okay, guys, let's get straight into it, because it does look like we've had an hour breakout. So let's have a look. Again, we don't force it like yesterday. You think we missed that trade by 2 minutes. But what does that make us think? It makes us think, oh my god, we need to rush now. We need to rush this time. Yeah, the time you rush, because it's give you that false sense of, yes, you're going to miss it, is the time it catches you out. So it's exactly the same again. We don't rush anything until we do a top down. Okay, so let's do a top down. Okay, so monthly. We know the monthly is still bullish, but it still hasn't broke out the range currently. Okay, it's still in this range, therefore at any point this monthly can pull back and close respecting, or can even flip. We don't know what's going to happen. It does look like it's going to be closing monthly, bullish, sorry, out of this range, because there's only 3 days left of it. But we have to act upon what we see, and what do we see? Well, the previous month is still in this range, therefore at any point this can pull back. Okay. Now the weekly broke out, didn't tap previous support, and just pushed bullish, closed bullish. Okay, and it left us with no bottom wick. So I do believe if we want to carry on driving, I don't think we can drive with the bodies of the candle until we come and tap this area. I might be wrong because Forex, but I do believe you have to tap this if you want to drive past these levels. Okay, so I would imagine that getting tapped at some point. Then what we had is we had a weekly bearish close, so we created some sort of support here, right? And then we had a bullish close, but we still didn't break above. We still didn't break above. And then the new weeklies opened up with no bottom wick and pushed bullish. Okay, we've still got Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days left of this week. So currently, this can do anything at once. I don't know what it's going to do. It can close respecting. It can close bullish, breakout. It could flip to the downside. It's got no bottom wick. Because currently, the weekly is still in this range. So therefore, where should price be coming? Well, price should be coming down. Okay. Now, what I would really like is if this weekly can close respecting. That's what I would really like. That would give me a bit more confirmation that, okay, we're coming back down. What you'll then get the following week is you'll probably push up and then you'll flip to the downside. Okay. Now, we did say the other week that we need to break these highs in order to drive down. Now, we've done that now, so we've technically got the liquidity to drive down. We've got enough liquidity to make it down to these levels, because I'm telling you now, loads of people would have had their stops here. Why? Because all-time highs. So what does everyone think? Oh, if only I can catch the top. That's what everyone thinks. If only I can catch the top. Oh, it's at a weekly close. This is the top. Yeah. So there'll be loads of money above there, and they would have grabbed a lot of liquidity to come down. So, like I say, this weekly is a tricky one, really. We sort of need this week out the way, and then we can, get some bearish closes to come back down. What else was on the weekly I was going to say? I forgot. We'll come back to it if we need to. Okay, daily then. So the daily is creating a new range. So the daily range we're in at the moment is this. Okay. And the reason I've done this and not this is because we had a wick to the area and we've had an extra tap. So that for me is the daily range now. Okay, now yesterday we had a bullish close. This bullish close does not help us. The reason why it doesn't help us is because it hasn't filled the range. So therefore we've got a bit of a gap to go. We've got this and this to fill. So what I'm saying that means is this daily could just hardly move today and just move to fill the range for 80 pips. That's what it might do today, because taking buys above here is tricky. I wouldn't be taking any buys above here, because at any point you would need a daily close out of here. So you would need this to take buys above. You would need that, and then you'll take buys on the next day once that daily's closed. But at the moment you're still in this range, so you can't take buys above there really. This would be your target, because the daily's done a bottom wick and now it's flipped to the upside. So therefore there's nowhere else for it to go just to fill the range at 21.86. So we are looking at buys currently on that. However, I know the weekly hasn't got much of a bottom wick, so we will see what's going to happen on this daily. Okay, so if that's our target to come up, this would be our target coming down. What's happening on the 4 hour? So the 4 hours closed bullish, didn't close above. However, we did break the lows. So because we've broke a low, that means now this is probably good to drive to tap 21.86. So this 4 can actually come up to tap 21.86, And from what I can see, we're closing respecting here. We might not actually get up there. We might just tap these levels here. That's probably our target there. But we need to tap that. So how can we get in then? Well, we did have a 1 hour close, didn't we? So the forward closes in 47 minutes. If the forward doesn't get up there, and this forward closes bullish, like this, yeah, we'll just wait for a pullback. We'll potentially take wingback buys from 21.77. Okay, so this could be potential wingback buy to come up, but that's if the 4 doesn't tap. If the 4 taps it, it's going to be a bit more difficult. 3 is bullish, close back into the range, nice. 2, what did the 2 do? There's 2 ranges haven't been nice lately, they've just been weird. So it looks like we've had a nest play on the 2 and then we've pushed. 1, we've had a 1 hour close, but I would like a bottom wick. So if we could get a bottom wick on the 1, but I would need that forward close first. So if this 1 hour can close doji, that means the 4 is going to stay in around this area and close like this, similar to this one. Okay. Then if the 1 hour closes doji, that means the next 1 hour is probably going to have to come down to create a bottom wick. And if we can get that bottom wick to 21.71 and then it flips to drive, that'll be the new 4 coming down for a pullback and then flipping to fill the rest of the range because it needs to come and tap 21.85. That's what we could look at. So that would work lovely. It's whether it pulls back this far. I would think it would because it's the new 4 hour. So yes, it might look far for 1 hour to do it. But on the 4, if you look, it's not that far really. It could easily do it because this one done it. Yeah. So fairly straightforward, apart from the weekly. The weekly is just a bit off-putting, but fairly straightforward as long as we don't come and fill the range at on the 4 hour, which we've got an hour left. So really, we really don't want this hour to drive. I can't get in on this hour because I would have needed a pullback to at least here, because that's previous support. So this is a basic breakout. So you would need a 1 hour push, breakout, and then the new candle would open up, come and tap previous support, and then flip to fill the range. But it hasn't done that. It's opened up, it's pulled back a tiny bit, and then it's pushing. So as long as this 1 hour can calm its tits, as we say, yeah, then we could probably get in off the 4. Now if we look on the 1 hour, what are the 1 hours doing when we respect this area? So we've come down, we're respecting this area 21.77, and then what was the hour close like? We had an hour breakout which it either could be one of these to come and fill the range, or it could just be one of these where we break out and then we close straight back in. But either way, I would think even if we take a wingback buy in, our take partial move to break even would only be 20 pips. That's pretty decent. 20 pips. We take partial anyway. So even if price wants to drive down, we tap, we pull back, take partial move to break even if it wants to carry on driving. So that's something we can look at. So at the moment, guys, we're just waiting. We probably need this forward to close. I can't get in on this. I wouldn't even if we were in on time, I wouldn't be able to get on this because we haven't had a pullback. Now this hour might just push up to here. What's this here? Because we haven't had a... Because I do believe we're going to have to come back down to top 2177. So could we take a wing back sell? 5, no bottom wick, no bottom wick. The hour's broke out. If this hour had closed respecting, we could take wing back sells back down, because you might get something like this now. But I can't really take that.
I've been watching this go up since 5:30.
Have you?
Yeah, I should have got in, but I talked myself out of it. But I've got a wing back sell from 87.
Well, that's what I was looking at, but
yeah.
It's because you're going to get a forward bullish close.
Yeah.
You're going to get a forward bullish close. We have potentially got that wing back on, but I'd need to see lower time frame candles. You have to pay attention on this call, guys, because it might be a fast one. If the 15 can one big pushing candle up to 21.85, potentially, yeah, because if we tap it, you're probably going to have to come back down to tap 21.83, even if you want to drive up. So something like this, you push up, you tap, you pull back, take partial move to break even, you pull back before going.
Yeah.
But that's only if we get up there with no pullbacks now. That's the only way I'd look at it. You might not even get up that far, you might just come and tap these levels. I was looking at this here. Tap. I mean, could we take that actually? 21.83. 21.83 looks pretty decent. It's because the hour's broke out. That's what I'm worried of. The hour has broke out, and we know the next hour can actually push all the way through. I don't know if this was news or that. No. So the next hour can actually push all the way through. What would these be on stops? That'd be too big, that wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. It's alright. Could we take this, or do we look at this? What is the difference in pips? 18 pips difference. I do think this hour needs to pull back. Morning, Vin. Yeah, mate, I caught New York yesterday. Sell on. Nice, man. Nice. How far can this 4 push? Well, this 4 can actually push all the way to 21.80. If this 4 can push to 21.85, we'll potentially get in for a sell. Because you're probably gonna have to pull back anyway. You're gonna, even if it closes like that, even if it closes out, the new 4 is gonna have to pull back to flip. So yeah, we could potentially, only because the 4 currently is still in this range down here. So the 4 hasn't broke out yet. That's what I'm saying. This 4 has to do it, because if this 4 doesn't do it, it means you've broke out. It means it's got more of a reach with the next 4. Do you know what I mean? Because imagine how big this 4 is going to look if this 4 pushes up to there like that. It's going to have to pull back at some point. Yeah. Whereas if this closes like this, it means the next 4 could easily go like that and push straight through. It's got more of a reach. Worst case, we just wait for a 4 close, and on the pullback we'll be looking at wing back buys from 21.77. And our get out is if we close below, you're still going to have to go pull back anyway to drive. But it's just whether this pushes or keeps pushing first. We ideally want this hour to close sort of small bullish, and then the new hour pulls back first. That's what we want. Yeah, yesterday, Dan, we see, what did we see? This hour we would have been in on this hour. This hour opened up, pulled back, and it was down here while I was doing the top down. We would have just had buy stops above, and it just flipped, went, and look, there was just no way for us to get in. Look at that. No wicks at all.
When I saw it this morning, I was just like, well, what's... Is they from 8 o'clock till...
Yeah. I think I called it round here. Where I was like, fill the range now, because our target was here.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain that then you're going to have to wait for a couple of hours to get a bearish close before coming. You wouldn't have been able to get in until about 1 o'clock on this candle for me.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have got in on that one. Oh, the hour's pulling back a bit now.
Continue to drive.
Yeah.
Game left.
Yeah. It was a lovely. That was nice, like. But shame we didn't get in.
It's what we say. It's always another trade.
Always another trade, mate.
Always.
Yeah, can we get back down to this? We just need... I haven't put this on as a wing back yet, right? Because the 4 could still just flip to the downside if it wants to. Yeah? We've got to have that 4 close back above. If this 4 closed like this, perfect. If it pull back maybe just a tad, around about 2180 level, that should be enough to pull back and flip to come and fill the range, because we haven't tapped 2184 yet. So we've got 36 minutes to wait, really. It's just whether this last 30 doesn't drive. We really don't want it to drive. You watch the England game last night?
I did.
How did you think?
It was... it was alright. Like, to be fair, we were dominated.
Yeah, we did, to be fair.
Just not as clinical. Stupid mistakes, creating goals, concede. But yeah, some people looked. Bowen looked mint.
Who?
Bowen, Jared.
Oh, yeah, he did actually. He looked really good.
Yeah, but I think he's cemented a spot in the team.
Yeah.
Like, I like Bellingham. Obviously, he's a good player. But I don't know. You definitely see there's a bit of an ego.
Do you think?
With him. Yeah, I mean he's young and he's playing for Real Madrid, isn't he? So you're gonna have.
Yeah, but when you've got everyone around you saying you're probably one of the best players in the world at the minute.
Yeah. You know.
They struggle. They've hardly lived the kids. You think all they've done is they've been pampered.
Yeah.
Football, academies going through as a young age. They've not really lived these lads. They don't have a clue about. They're not street sense and all like that. The crack would be terrible.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt he's got the talent and the potential.
Yeah.
I hope he does make it, but he's just got to stay grounded, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does. That's it, man.
Not let it go to his head. And
do you know what made me laugh? Is when we scored the equaliser. Gareth Southgate celebrated like we'd won the match.
We'd won the match.
Like
90 plus 5 minutes.
And it was a friendly. The way he celebrated, mate, was like... It's like, fuck for that, pulled me out the shit there.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, he's just terrible, man. He's such a bad manager. We're too rigid. England's too rigid and stiff. Like, we should be.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get how we can't score. I mean, Belgium, we scored a penalty. And then we were trying to get another penalty. That's really bad. 2 penalties, man. Where Belgium's goals were mint. Yeah. And they proper created goals where we at the minute we're not doing that. I think he's holding them back, mate. When Foden came into that centre, miles better. Better. I think first half he was telling him to stay out, not come in. And it's just he doesn't get the best out of players. I don't think. If anything, he sort of pulls them back down. All he needs to say to them players, just go and play, do what you think, and they'll score your goals.
Yeah.
Because the team on paper is class, man.
Well, it is.
I was good about Dunk though. Dunk was a bit rubbish. Chilwell was again not very good.
Yeah, he wasn't good against.
Nah, not good enough really. I'd rather Tino.
I was gonna say why isn't Tino's been spot on for us? So I don't know why he wasn't. Oh, it's a big pullback on the.
Yeah, and the hour's nice, isn't it? We just need that 4 close really. We need the 4 close round here. It's the 30. As long as the 30 can just calm its tits, because if this 30 closes like this, it means we might get another 30 close back in, and that's not what we want really, because that would be, well, it wouldn't be. That would be the forward closing back, or still respecting that area, and we don't want that. We want to break out on the 4. Because we haven't filled the range on the daily. This is going with the trend, because the daily needs to come and fill 21.85. So it's just whether we can jump on and get that pullback really. But as long as the hour closes respecting 21.79, you can't get buy stops on now, because nowhere to get a buy stop on. As long as the hour closes respecting 21.79, that'll be a nest play, and then that means the 4 would still have broken out, so everything's still good. Then can we come back down, tap, and then flip? Hey, Manu was good though, wasn't he?
He was. Very impressive.
Really calm, and he's very good in them tight areas and getting the ball through.
Like I say, there's some very good sort of standout performers.
Yeah.
Really, so it does give you a little bit of hope, but whether or not Southgate will be able to take us.
I don't want us going through the groups. I think, well, to be honest, I do, but I think if he wins something, if he wins it, he's going to want to stay. And I don't want him to stay. But would I want him to stay if he's won something? My attitude might change with him. I just feel like we're wasting our time.
Yeah. I do think we were hard done by in the last.
Yeah, but we always are. We always come up with excuses, don't we?
Yeah.
Always.
I just think it was definitely bad refereeing in that Italy game.
Oh yeah.
So, you know. But again, we should have been able to.
Morning, Crash. Yeah, we should have just beat them anyway.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, I've got no confidence that we'll do anything special in this tournament. So, but it was wrong.
We'll see. We will see. Good morning, Callum. Good morning, Jace, Jack, Mikey G.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, Hoogan.
Callum.
Did you get the indicator sorted, Callum?
No, not as of yet, mate.
She's on holiday at the minute, so it is. When Vic goes away, everything falls to pot.
No.
Yeah. But if you drop her a message, she has got a laptop, but it's just when she jumps on and that.
No, the last thing you want to be doing is pressurising someone on holiday here, mate.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she's the only one who can sort of give access to them. It's on her computer.
Andy, not about something to fell out with you. TradingView.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything back.
Yeah, he's filled the doc in, but he just hasn't. He hasn't.
There's no rush, you know what I mean?
I mean, all my indicators are still.
Yeah, all the. Are there? All the old ones.
Yep.
Sure she closed them all down for the new ones. There's a new Meraki one. That's why. Gives you all the support and resistance and the Asian sessions. It's more for the your zones really, if you need help with the zones.
Oh, the indicators are still
Yeah.
still there. All the old ones.
So
and they used indicators, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's maybe just the currency strength and trending structure that I stick on every now and again, but the currency strength one sits on all the time.
Yeah.
Train your eyes. Train your eyes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not need them.
Exactly. So if you look at this 30, right? The 30 is actually closed respecting, which is nice. So if we can just get a doji candle on this 30, fantastic, right? Now the reason why the swing back buy is not on, and you're probably thinking, oh, it's getting close, but it's not on because that means if it comes down on this 4, that means this 4 is going to look something like that. So what does that mean? It's going to look like that with a massive wick, and you've broke the high. So what does that mean then? That means it's now got liquidity to drive down, and you don't want to get caught in that because you might not even get a pullback. The reason why you don't need much of a pullback because you've broke the highs. Excuse me.
Blessings.
Yeah, so so we can't take the swing back buy on this 4. This 4 has to close bullish. Okay. And I ideally want this 4. It's got to close above 21.79 for me. Because there is a little minor support here. But also I need the hour confirm that's closing respecting. Because if the hour closes back in, we've just had a... What's this? This is a fake out, isn't it? This is a fake out back into the area. So technically, what are we in then? Well, the range we would be back in is this. Therefore, where should price be going now? Well, it should be coming down to fill the range, which would push past our wing back area and come to fill the range. So, really not good if the hour closes back in. I don't know whether I could take it. If anything, I'd probably look for some sellers coming down. We'll see. We'll see. It's all on this next 30, guys. This 30 can pull back for us. We will see. Good morning, Peter Toes.
Hey!
The only Macam I like.
I've graced you with me present.
How you doing, mate? How you doing? I miss you on the calls, Pete, because you used to be on all the time.
Because I'm the only one that talks sense.
Until you buggered off and
Lies.
got profitable
Lies.
and went to the Dean.
We've outgrown each other, mate.
I think that's what it is, you know. I think that's what it is. It's alright though. People move on, don't they? They find new lovers.
You're damn right it could be.
Me and Pete were talking about a relentless outdoor weekend in the lakes. Potentially in the summer. Cliff jumping, paddle boarding, gill scrambling. You know, I think, see if people would be up for it. Would you be up for it, Dan?
Indeed, I would.
Yeah, loads of nature. We can do some meditating if you like, Dan.
Yeah.
We can grow some veg.
Yeah.
In the short space of 3 days, we'll grow some veg. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Yeah, we can do. Oh, I'm not doing that again with you. No, after last time. With a horse riding. Yeah. So I'm thinking, guys, we might have this here. Look at this. This is the only one where it taps 2182 and then pulls back. Now that means we get an hour closer right down here. Let's have a look at this. Look at that. Tapped, pulled back. That's tricky, that's very tricky. It means the hour can actually close here. That's the form. We could still mess about. I mean, look at these. Bullish close, bearish close, bullish close, bearish close. Not a nice area at all. So, we'll see. Yeah, because it's, I mean, you don't need much money either, because the campsite I go to, it's like works off like an honesty box. Yeah. So it's just like a farmer's fee. It's not a commercialised campsite, but it's right next to the river, so you can just lounge in the river and that. There's plunge pools there. You just need some food. There's a little pub there as well for a nice pub lunch. You are?
It doesn't cost you much because you're not honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't cost much. It's that's what I like about getting away. It's just the only thing it costs for me really is the fuel. From Anglesey to the Lake District is quite far.
That's a mission, though.
When I've got Snowdon on my doorstep. I hate Snowdon though. I don't go up Snowdon, you know.
Too commercial.
It's awful, mate. It's awful. There's far better hills around that area.
I remember when it was just a hill.
They've ruined it. I think they've ruined it, me. I really do.
But it's got a train up and everything now, isn't it?
Calf and shop up the top, but the queue to get to touch the top, yeah, the queue is just ridiculous, man. It's and you've got people going up in flip flops and that. It's mental. And it's bringing loads of tourism to the area, but it's just all it is. People underestimate the hills. Massively underestimate the hills, man.
If you're going in flip flops.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah, it is like.
Bretton Beacons, mate, that's where it's at.
I love Bretton Beacon. Well, I say I love them. I ran all over them. Done the fan dance a lot. The penny fan. Penner fan. Stretcher races round them hills. Mate. You wouldn't believe the pain my body was in running over them hills. But it's beautiful though. Even just a drive through is lovely.
When I've got my mate's got a camper van. I was going to borrow it off him.
Has he? Well, that's all I do when I go. I just take the van, mate. I just sleep in the van when I go to Stonethwaite. Because you can just save you putting a tent up and that, innit?
And if you're wild camping, you sometimes get moved on anyway, so you would only have to undo it and stuff.
Yeah. Look at this 4 now, guys. Look at that. Are we going to get something like this here before I drive down? This is... If this 4 closed like this, all of this is gone. Okay, we have to reassess. We have to reassess. What's that? The 30's pulling back. We really need this 15, not this 15, the next one. So if we got a 15 close like this, and then the new 15 close back in like that, fantastic. That would be the hour still respecting this area and closing nest play. The only thing I don't like is how we've done a top wick. Steep top wick to come down. Ooh, we need to get back down into these ranges really. I really want to get back below 2072 levels. Or if we don't, we just mess about here, and then we can use all these levels here as it's formed. Do you know what I mean? Then we'll have all this data then for our ranges. The issue we've got is we've got this for previous data, which is fuck all. So I'm sure we can grab a trade though. We're only after 10 pips, aren't we? Did anybody catch anything yesterday then, apart from John Mears? John Mears was the only one who caught that push up. I think he closed out a bit too early as well. He's trying to control his emotions with it, which is nice.
He's a big ball of emotion, that boy.
Yeah. He's aware. He is aware of it. But this is what I'm saying, when people come into trading, they do, I really feel like they do underestimate it. Because if you think about it, anybody can trade. Anybody can place a trade. Anybody can copy signals. And that's how you get a lot of people who just, that's why you've got a lot of blaggers in the industry. Because anybody can say they're trade or they're a Forex trader or whatever. But are they consistently profitable? That's the key. And I think they underestimate the emotion and the psychological side of it, and haven't have that discipline.
I think a lot of people
That's where most people fall down, maybe because they're not willing to accept the fact that that's the problem as well. It's they'll jump around from strategy to strategy, and they'll oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, but you're just not controlling yourself. It's the hardest bit.
Yeah, they blame the strategy instead of themselves. Yeah, like an ego thing.
Well, I thought I was dead inside. Thought I didn't have any emotions left, but turns out I was wrong. But it is often it's probably the hardest thing is to change yourself. You know, years of conditioning to that position you're in, so changing is probably the hardest part.
It's fucking hard, man. It's really hard. Forex.
I think if you're struggling as well, a lot of people, you need to get comfortable with risking as well.
Yeah.
Although if you're not comfortable with it, lower your risk until you are.
Exactly that. So wise, Pete. That's why I miss you on the streams. So wise. You're like a wise Yoda. Like a taller Yoda. Spit and dab.
I've got the robe, like.
Have you? Oh. Look at that! Look at that too. Look at that too. Is that going to flip? Get a wick fill. We know the weekly. No, it wasn't the weekly, was it? Was it the daily? It was the weekly, wasn't it? Is the weekly going to flip? That's my question for this week. Is this week... We haven't got much of a bottom wick. You haven't tapped previous support. Is this going to flip? And if it is, are we going to close like that? Below? That would be nice. Because what it is, you've got to look at this as well logically, right? So, we had a bearish weekly close, okay? Was unable to drive down. We know that because this candle tried to do it and couldn't, so it flipped bullish. Flipped bullish, realised, okay, we need some liquidity to drive down here. Broke all the highs, picked up all the liquidity, okay? Then pulled back. Still didn't flip because this might have happened later on in the candle. Then the new candle's opened up, hasn't gave us a bottom wick, just pushed up first straight away. And you'll tend to get a wick fill with a bullish candle like this with a big long wick, okay? However, I would imagine this getting tapped even if you want to drive up, and we didn't get that. So now that we've broke the highs again, as in these highs here, not this one, is this enough for this to flip to the downside to drive down? Because why are we not driving up? Well, it's probably because this wasn't enough liquidity to close above here on this candle. Because why didn't this close above if this was enough liquidity? It obviously wasn't. So if this one doesn't close above this week, this is what I'm saying, it'll be a lot easier. Because if this one doesn't close above, what's that saying? Well, you 100% need to break this low to close above. So you know you're coming down to at least there. Because you haven't got enough liquidity to close above. That's why it's not closing above, so you're going to have to break the lows. So you know then, that's what, when you hear this phrase where I say that's our advantage point, that's where I'm getting the advantage points from. Because we've got the liquidity to drive down, but we haven't got the liquidity to drive up at the moment, unless this closes out, and then obviously it was. But I can't see it absolutely driving, because you only pull back to here. So if anything, we might break out, yes, but you're going to move like that. You're not going to bomb straight up. But like I say, it's Forex. Anything can happen. So what's the 4 doing? Look at the 4 now. 30 minutes left to the 4. We really need that 4 back up there. I do believe we've grabbed... I would think this is enough liquidity to come and fill the range. You broke below this one. You didn't break below this, but you broke below this and this. So I would think this is enough liquidity to push to at least 2183 like these did before coming back down. But with this breaking the highs, is that the liquidity to drive down? That's why we can't pull back as much. Interesting. Now, if we get a forward bearish close like this, what does that mean then? Well, it does mean that this is now a wing back sell, definitely, because we're now bearish on the 4 and the 1 hour's closed back in. But is it going to tap it? I don't know. It might not tap it. It doesn't need to tap it in order to drive down, but it would still be back on. Okay, because we could maybe get a bearish close and then the new 4 comes up, taps it, then flips to the downside, so something like this. Bearish close, up, tap, and then that's the one what drives. And we broke the highs again one more time, but it's whether it does that. It's whether it does that, I don't know. If the 4 hour closes below 2177, then we could potentially look at around this level at 2182 for a wing back sell. See how it's all flipped now. We've got 11 minutes to wait here. But this is in an awful area where, if you look at this area, if I mark this up, that's too heavy, that music, like. So if you look at these areas, look where all the times prices changed direction. Yeah. Potentially here. Also, if I go left, we're just not in a nice range. So we're not in a very nice range. We don't know what price is going to do in this area. I need some more chilled out music. This is too... What the hell is all this? Look at this hour now. Tricky this, because I'm looking at this. Look at these hours. Now, what would you be thinking? Honestly, if you had that, what would you think? You would be thinking, okay, you're going to get top wick and you're going to drive, wouldn't you? That's what you'd be thinking. But look what happened. Back in. And then you'd be like, shit. Comes back down. You'd be like, oh, yeah, this is the move now. I'll put another entry on. Back in. Oh, no, this is the move now. I'll put another entry on. It's coming down. Boom. See you later. Like, so it's not a nice area whatsoever, right? You could really get caught out here. Your best thing to do when it's like this, just wait. Just simply just wait. We're getting a forward close in 9 minutes. See, I would really want this tapping to drive down. But I'm just thinking, because we broke these highs, we might not tap it. Because this one has got more liquidity than this one. So this one had to pull back further to grab more liquidity to catch up to come. Where this one has got more liquidity now. Pull back. It's got enough liquidity to drive still. But it's just whether we're going to... If we can get that forward close below 2176, that'd be nice. Because this is a clean traffic area. This here is clean all the way down. I'm looking at this. Looking at this. We're looking at this. Really nice. Let's go more left. Is that all we've got? Oh my god, that's all. Fucking hell. It is as well, isn't it? Oh,
yep.
Yeah. But it's going to make it difficult if this 4 stays in this range like this, guys. I won't lie. because we've got no direction, and we haven't got volume really. Yes, we broke out straight back into the range. Good morning, Mike. Medi, I caught today's buy before the stream. Nice, mate. Nice. Up to 2182. See if this hour can pull back last minute. Ah, nice, mate. Very nice. 7 minutes for a close. Good morning, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, what about yourself?
Yeah, good, mate. Did you catch anything yesterday?
US 30, I think.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Tough day on gold yesterday. They literally went to the moon without telling us. Cheeky bugger. Cheeky bugger.
eurjpy, 1 minute to $200 in profit, then I go to the toilet, come back, it's all down.
That's Forex for you, there.
You know the moral of the story, mate. You need to get yourself a chamber pot.
No, I think what I'm doing is if I can do like an Andrew, if I can get like a large enough selection of accounts, then hopefully I can start hiring staff to actually sit at the computer.
Yeah.
Never get rich without the work of other people, man.
No, that's why I came here, so I could take these trades.
A few good ones in about 7 minutes, mate. 6 minutes, sorry.
You looking at sells here on gold and take it?
We're not. We're actually, well, we were looking to buy up at first. As the daily, that's with the daily trend, if you like. However, we were looking at a counter trend trade from 2183 or 85. But the 4's flipped, so we need to wait for the 4 to do another assessment, basically. Or analysis, even.
It was quiet here. Where's your music, Pete?
It's on? Can you not hear it?
No, I can't.
Anybody else hear me music?
Yes.
I was going to say, it's always the same. It just in and out. And
Really?
It's quiet.
And maybe because it's a Discord thing, and can you hear it on YouTube, guys? If anyone's watching on YouTube. Three minutes for a close. No. Right. What we looking? What are you doing? We haven't done anything. We've just bloody... Look at that 4. That's disgusting. Where's this 4? Where's the next 4 going? Anybody guess?
Bearish.
Do you think? Bearish. But why didn't these go bearish?
I think it needs to fill the top of this wick, mate, so I think you should start going on. It's already paid into the daily OB.
If you had to bet the next 4 were closed, bullish or bearish, what would you bet on?
Bearish.
Bearish. Interesting. 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 3 hour has closed bullish. Oh, it's going to close bullish. So you should get a wick fill on the 3. 2 hour, it's going to close bullish. Again, should get a wick fill on the 2. 1 hour.
Needs some liquidity. It's going to grab the next handle.
1 hour is bearish. 4 hours bearish. I'm not sure I can touch anything at the minute, guys. I'll have to wait. No top wick on that 15. What is this 4? If this 4 closes bearish though, what does that mean? Are we going to do something like this? Now we could potentially take wing back sells from 21.85. Or are we going to push down in order to push up? So this 3 had closed respecting nest play, but obviously you're closing back in now. Very difficult now, guys, because the new hour, we might just get this, and there's no way I can get in on these. You might just mess about like this, up and down, and all this is doing just building up liquidity either side. And then it comes out, breaks the highs, picks up liquidity, and then comes and breaks the lows, picks up all this liquidity. Because you think everyone will be buying here, thinking, okay, we broke above here now, we're going to push further. Yeah, all the stops will be below here, and then it pulls the other side and grabs everyone's stops this side. Oh, look at this, man.
No top wick.
Yeah, no top wick. Oh, the 4. Unless we can take an aggressive 15's close respecting. Could we take something like what's the 5s look like? So the hour has closed respecting still. What's nice now though is we've got a forward bearish close, so we could look at this for a wing back sell now, either this or 21.85, but whether we're going to get up there, you might only push 21.82, but we've already tapped that. $21.82, then what happens? You come back. We might not even get up there either. I'm just thinking we got an hour close there, and the new hour push down, tap 21.75 to come up, but we're bearish on the 1 and we're bearish on the 4, but we haven't broke out. But this is where it's tricky, because you haven't broke out doesn't mean the next candle's not going to be able to drive through, and that be the one what breaks out. I think I'd need to see on the lower time. I think we would have to be aggressive with the stops on the 5. So let's say we took a 5 wing back buy up from here. As soon as the 5 pulls back, we'd literally be risk free, because the 5 had closed below. You'd expect to carry on pushing, but it doesn't. So I think that's what we would have to do. Either that or this here. But you've got to understand that this hour could easily drive through this area. Because if I turn the... yeah, there's the one. The one technically should be coming down to 21.75. Might just mess about here, guys. You could get this for the next 3-4 hours, just this, and there's no way for me to get in. What time are we on? 9 o'clock. We're bearish on the 1, but we haven't broke out. We're bearish on the 4, and we haven't broke out. So if we can maybe get... that 3 looks lovely. Look at that wick fill. It's likely going to come and fill that. So what if we got... so you might not come and fill, as in push past the wick. You might just come and test it. The only thing where I've got potential is a wing back buy from 21.76, but I really wanted this to push down first with no top wick to grab it. Now that we've done a pullback, it means this could flip and push. Or the only thing I've got now really is your wing back sells from 21.85, or we've tapped this set. The only thing where I can see what we're copying is this is the only one where we've tapped, rejected, came straight back down. But then we only come back to 21.81, then you mess about and then you come up. So I don't think we're going to push straight past this area. So I don't know whether this wing back area is going to play out, not for a couple of hours. However, it is valid because when you tap it, look what happens when you tap it. You tap it, you pull all the way back down. So yeah, that wing back sell is on. And it is a counter trend trade though, because the daily should be filling the range. I mean, look at the 4. We needed that 4 close above. So this 4 close above here, that's what this 4 could do it. So this 4 could close out and then the new one comes back. So it just means it hasn't done it yet. But it's not to say it's not going to play out. It probably will. And it might be this 4 what does it. But it just means you've got to wait another 4 hours. And we don't want to wait another 4 hours, do we? No way, Jose. I'm trying to think if I can get a... I can't take anything here. You're in a range where it looks like you're still just gonna... like a fool to me. This range is not big enough to see big pushing candles on 5 and 15. Now if we can get a 30 close back above 20 without it driving. Potentially. We can potentially buy up. But I'd need a 30 close, like this. And then I'd need a bottom wick, and we could buy stops above. But we've got to understand that if you look left, you might not get up there. 30s can stop around 2181. Or you might even just push to 2181.55 and come straight back down. So that's what I'm saying, you would need that pullback to rule out the fake out. Yeah. What I do like though, the thing what initiates this push up to tap 2185 is you get a 30 out, and then you get a pullback to 2176 on the 30. See that 130 candle? Might have been news actually. Do you know what? 2, half 1, it will have been. You little shizen. I mean, I suppose these done it as well. This is the thing with not much previous data. We've only got this to go off here. And it's backwards and forth. So if we can get a 30 close above 2179, then we'll turn this to a wingbacks buy to come up. But we've got to understand that would be the hour flipping. Bearish, could we do that? I don't know if we could. We would need a bullish 1 hour close. Everything's the wrong way around. So to take a wingback buy, we'd need a bullish 1 hour close, breaking out. To take a wingback sell, you would need a bearish 1 hour close, breaking out to the downside, but we haven't, we're close respecting. So both of these wingback areas are sort of not perfect. There's issues with them. So we're just going to have to wait. I think we're going to have to wait. Well, we're definitely going to have to wait for this 30. Can't do anything at the minute. We might just mess about in this range. But the next 1 hour, I think, if we can get an hour close back above here, this 2179, then this wingback buy can be back on. Because if we get an hour close above, then we'll get a maybe pull back, break the lows one more time to then flip to come and fill the range. That's what I would be after. It'll be interesting to see what this 30 does. We could potentially do that off the 30 if the 30 can break out. But looking at previous data, I don't know whether you get 130 come down. It happened once, but that was news. Look, 30 only pulled back to 2178. 30, yeah, look, they don't pull back that far really, unless they close back in. It's only this one, but that was news. So it's not very good, is it? Is it? We haven't broken any lows either. At the minute, there's only this wingback sell on really, but I'd need to see some pushing candles on this. I mean, if this 1 hour can push up to here, then yeah, I'll be in it. Because you're bearish on the one, and that means you're going to get a really big pushing candle. That's a big 1 hour candle. You're probably going to have to pull back. And then you're going to have to come back down to tap previous support, which is here anyway, to then flip.
Remember what I messaged you the other day about USD?
Yeah.
Well, the trigger is being pulled.
Has it? Is it dropping?
Have a look, you want to have a look at the code hourly. It hits the area just below 152 and now it's going to the 4.
Is it? Nice. I'll have a look in a second. We don't even need that hour break. I don't know whether we're going to get this and an hour straight back in, or whether we're going to get this, but either way we need a steep pullback. So either way we could potentially get buy stops on. but we could have a steep pullback. A little. Morning, Holly.
Morning.
Morning, you alright?
Yes, you.
Yeah, we're just waiting for price to set up for us. That's all we're doing at the minute.
Oh, well, that's good. So you didn't miss anything?
Nah, you haven't missed anything this morning.
Good.
What's the 30? So we've got 17 minutes left for the 30 here. So if the 30 can break above, is the 30 going to drive? If this 30 breaks above and closes above 2180, we can get a pullback to 2179. We'll potentially take an aggressive entry off a 5, where we'd go risk free fairly quickly, because you might get pullback tap to flip to come up, because the 30s don't pull back that much. Pull back. But you don't pull back. You tend to go. What's this? 30 above. Yeah, we could potentially look at that, to be fair. As long as we don't tap. Ooh. If this 30 can get up there, if this 30 can tap here, guys, we're in. Because everything's still bearish at the minute. I'm just trying to see, I'm looking at this here, you see, that's why it's here, not on 2185. $13 pips there, then you've got 42 pips there. Yeah, we could look at that actually.
Oh my god.
What's up?
I'm watching this so resolutely, like, no, I'm not going to go resolutely. Not, no.
Okay guys, I'm going to be looking at this 2183 for a wing back sell. If we can keep pushing like this, it'd be nice. Whether we break the highs again though. Worst case, if the hour closes up here, then we should be able to get out a break even with the new hour anyway. Yeah. This is the only time it drove through, but if you look at this, you come up, you tap, you still pull back. So this is what we're looking at. Short. Stops for me would be above 2195 because I'm looking at this wick, and that was 5 o'clock, so it wasn't news. It's going to give us our last chance to get out. But however, it's up to you how you put your stops. Remember, this is just me trading. Where was it? I mean, yeah, you could target this as well, but it's whether you're going to get back down that way. That's what I'm looking at. My take part, I will be going risk free at 2182, but I'll take partial at 2181. Okay. But it's got to do it on this hour. This is the thing. Because we haven't broke the lows yet, so I can't. Looks like we probably need to break the lows one more time to drive up. Okay, that's what I've got going on at the minute. Now, what's going to tell us if it's going to get up there is the 30. If the 30 breaks out, that's fine because the hour still hasn't closed. Okay. What we don't want really is we want the hour closing respecting now. If the hour can close respecting, then the new hour pops up. Now it might not, and it doesn't have to, but that would be better for us because the reason it doesn't have to, because look at these hours actually closed up here and still played out. Okay, even this one closed up, straight back down, up. Oh, not that one, sorry. This one, tap, straight back down. What it might do as well, it might shoot straight past our wingback sell and come to 21.85. That's what I could do also. Okay. Now, it's a bit of a weird situation now because if the hour does close above here and closes like this, this wingback buy will then be back on because now you've had an hour bullish close. And what we might get is we might actually get something like pull back, flip to come up, to then take this wing back sell to come back down. So it could be pretty decent. So we will see. Get rid of this. Actually no, we need that for risk free. It's closing in 10 minutes. I'll be back in a second, guys. 30's close, 6 minutes. Is it going to break out here? Ooh. Can we pull? But depending on which way this goes first. If this 30 pulls back first, this swing back buys on. Or is it? No, we'd need an hour close. I know. We don't really, we can mess about as well here. You might only tap, we've already tapped this, so we might only tap 2181, and then come, which where we're at now, we might come back down if we tap 2181. Morning Mason. And then it might not even tap our wing back buy back up. Oh god, let's hope we can move from here. Now if this 30 can open up with no bottom wick, even better. Now if this 30 can actually tap our zone, even better, because that's a big push and reaching candle. What's the last 5 minutes? I suppose it's going to pull back at that point. I would prefer to buy up here, guys, but I can't get in. It hasn't allowed me to get in yet. So this is a counter trend trade, which is a lot more riskier. Okay, they are a lot more riskier. But the reason I'm happy with it at the moment is because we're currently bearish on the 1 and we're currently bearish on the 4. But yes, I know we can be bearish and then we still respect in this area. Are you going to break the highs one more time in order to come down? That's the question. Can you hear the music now on TNS? Was the music too loud you can't hear me now?
It's never a bad thing, Pete.
Yeah, true. Yeah, look, we might push straight through this area to 2185. It's going to be in between 2183 and 2185 where we take it, but also you can actually get an hour close up there. I don't like this one here. What was this? 9, 10. Why did we push that far, really? Don't know whether we need to come back up there. I mean, we could do this as a thing. Look at that daily now. The daily, we could easily get a wick fill on this daily. Look at that. So really, stops need to be above there, don't they? 170 pips, man. But we are... Do we need to come back down first? I had to kill a spider then. A massive spider.
How'd you kill it?
What?
How'd you kill it? Just throw it
Oh,
out?
mate. Well, it tried to kill me. That's why.
Self-defense, eh?
Put me in a headlock. he doing? What is this doing? 30 is about to close. Okay, so just pay attention, guys, on this, right? Because if this 30 opens up with no top wick and pulls back, we might be getting in for a buy off, which I would prefer, because that's going with the daily then. Would make sense, but the 1 hour and the falls really threw us off, as in it's not gone our way at the minute. Doesn't mean we're going to drive on the 30. The 30 could easily come back down. I was hoping this 30 could actually get up there. So this 30 came from 2177 levels, which where we came from, and actually tapped 2183 and then pulled back to 2179 to push back up. I was hoping we could have got that on this 30. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Oh, sorry, that was a 1 hour. Cancel that. Ignore me, that was an hour. That means you get an hour close out. Okay, so that means then, if this hour's going to do it, that means this 30 should... Next 30 should do it. Okay. Let's see if this next 30 can get up to our zone. So 30 close now, no bottom wick. Oh, here we go. Here's the bottom wick now. So we've actually broke out in the 30 back above, but the hour still hasn't closed yet, so the hour's technically still bearish. So we don't know where this hour's going to close. This hour could easily just close respecting, and that means the 30 would just simply close back in. Okay. I do like this as a wing back buy, but we've got to be aggressive with stuff because the 1 hour and the 4 was still bearish. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Tell you what, these are non-copyright tunes supposedly. Yeah, that would, you'd have to be risk-free at 2177. I'm looking at this, looking at this, looking at this. Came up. Can we pop out? I don't know if we're going to pop here, guys. We might just mess about here. It's this 30, man. What's this 30 going to do? It's tricky taking sells as well back down, even though the 1 and the 4 is still bearish. You're just in not a nice range, really. Guys, if you watch on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, be much appreciated. Really helps the channel out. It's a new channel. Jump into our Discord as well. It's free. It's in the link in the descriptions. getting at that. If you're new on YouTube, we trade most weekdays from 8 AM London session. Everything's tracked, so every trade we've took is tracked and on our logbook. Here, every trade, there's nothing on here what we haven't took on stream live in front of people, and every trade is logged into our logbook. We're doing pretty good on stream so far. We've got a 100% win rate in November, 83.33% win rate in December, still profitable. January, another 100% month. February, we took 2 losses. The second last trade of the month, we took a full loss. Okay, that's why we're minus. And then this month, 100% so far, and we're doing pretty well. 49 wins, 4 break evens, and 3 losses. 2 of the losses were partial losses, with 1 full loss. So we're doing pretty nice on stream. 15, pushing back up. That's a 30, flipping bullish. So what we want to see really is some big pushing candles up. You might come straight through to 21.85 though, guys, right? So it's going to be between 21.83 and 21.85 we look to enter. We can still enter now because the 4 is bearish and the 1's still technically bearish. Okay. But it's whether we're going to get up there. I don't know whether we're going to get up there. This has to break the highs if it's going to do it. It might not be this hour, it might be the next hour, could be the hour after. I mean, you got an hour here, then you pull back, and then this one came and tapped it. So if we get an hour close, it could be the next hour what does it. But I would really like this hour to do it. The reason I would like this hour to do it is because we're technically still here on this hour. We're still down here, and then you've had one big pushing candle of an hour to tap, and you got more chance of it pulling back, closing, and then the new one's going to give you a bottom wick anyway to drive up, and then you've took all that profit from here back down to here, and then the candle's still flipped bullish, and that's what we call a counter trend trade. Oh, we're pushing, we're getting some volume. We might just get a little pop up if we push past these wicks. So you don't come straight back down, right? So we had a 5 bullish close, tapped the area, then it comes down, then you actually came back and broke the highs again, so we've got to be wary that we might break the highs again, and then eventually you don't actually come straight back down until 15 minutes later, unless you were on this one, straight up, straight back down. That would have been nice. I mean, I suppose we could take a partial from here. 14 pips. I probably would take a partial from there, to be honest with you. I mean, this would be lovely. Look at that, 5 straight up, 5 straight back down. Go out, baby. Get up there. 1 5-minute candle. Big pump. Because where we are, we are here, so we might. So yeah, we could get up with 1 5-minute candle if we can pop up there. Good morning, Sharif. To go up, would you not want to close you above 21.80? Yeah, so to take buys up, I would need an hour close above 21.81, yeah, for these levels to take buys up. But at the minute, we're still bearish on the 1 hour. So the thing with Meraki, you need a higher time frame close, either a 4 hour or 1 hour, and then you can look at your lower time frame setups. But at the minute, we're still bearish on the one. That's why we're looking at selling back down at the minute. But if we get an hour close above, then yeah, our mindset's flipped. We can buy up. But our target's only 21.85 because that's the daily range. I don't know, mate. It depends, Vin. I don't know how long I'll be on. I want to see. I mean, we're close to a trade, to be honest with you. I think the next, if we could potentially get tapped on this one. So, but I think we'll be on till about 11 today. We could actually, if this 5 closes like this, we potentially get tapped on the next 5. Stops on this one, guys. Up to yourselves, right? You could cover this high. Okay, I'm covering this because of what I can see is this. Okay. Now, if price is going to come up, it is probably going to give a wick fill of the daily, and that's this wick, so you could get stopped. However, we're going risk-free fairly prematurely, okay? Because we have to, because yes, you can come up there. So you could have stops close if you wanted to and have a bit more lot size on, but it's up to yourselves what you want to do with that. This is just what I'm doing. You do what you need to do and what you're comfortable with. So we brought the highs on the 5s, this one. We haven't brought these highs. We've got a new 15 minute. If this 15 minute can break out, the new 15 might be able to pop up for us. I really wanted this 15 to do because we're bearish on the 15. This is what you want for wingbacks. You want candles where they're bearish, but it doesn't have to, because we know previous data you can actually get bullish closures. But this is where it gets tricky. If we don't get tapped on this hour, we're currently bullish. This wingback might not be on. We'd be looking at this wingback for a buy up after the pullback. So we really need this 1 hour to tap. If this hour doesn't tap and closes above, it's probably not on at that point, because it means the next hour could easily just drive straight through. It could still play out, but it's not the rules. It's not the rules. I mean, I say that is, I mean, if you look at these hours, they did close bullish out and still play it out. But this is what we want, this here. 1 hour bearish close, big hour push, tap. This hour, big tap from the 1 hour bearish close. So I really want this hour to tap it. Come on, get up there. Oh, we're pushing, guys. Stand by, guys. Stand by. Okay. Can we get a bit further? Can we get a bit further? Okay, I am in for sells on this. We are in. We might push to 21.85. I will be going risk free at 21.82. Okay, but we have sells on this. That was a nice big pushing candle, that was. Excuse me. Oh, look. Wow. But Okay, so you can get quite an aggressive 5 close up here, 21.85. Okay, and then reject to come back down. Now I would get out on this. Let's turn this music down so you can hear me, because we're now in a trade. Okay, now I would get out on this is if this 15, what's this 15 doing? Oh, look at price pushing here. Okay, now it's aggressive that, like, isn't it? So if the 15 closes above this level, I'll be looking to manage risk. Because at that point, you clean traffic up to our stops. Okay. Whereas I'm looking at this for a 15, close respecting straight back down. Same again. Bloody hell. My God, it's going to hit my stops here. I'm very close. Jesus Christ.
What's going on?
Wow. There's no news, is there?
No, it's all like low
Bloody
impact
hell.
news, but I think it's like 12, 1 o'clock. Or was it 11?
I think it's so P.
Yeah.
So I think this ties in with USD JPY.
What's
so,
happening in the USD?
So JPY has hit the that monthly rejection area again.
Yeah.
The area where 2 times the Japanese have stepped in to push the US dollar.
Oh, I don't say. Yeah.
So obviously that would send gold up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
If you flip across to the USD JPY chart, you can see it.
We've got no bottom wick on this 15. Let's see if this 15... Guys, I'll be looking to get out on this. I do not like this, the way this is pushing. So if this 15 flips, I'll be moving stops to the high of this 15. Hopefully this 15 can flip back down. That is just randomly... It's like it was... Oh, yeah, okay. It's like it was waiting for us to... Okay, I'm moving stops to the high of this 15 now. Hopefully this 15 can come straight down. Okay. This is what I'm saying. Forex, like, anything can happen. And stops to 21.92.64. Okay, can we get back down? Yeah, I don't like that at all. Look, that 15, that's disgusting. You broke above, man. You're now in a very clean traffic range all the way up. Well, actually, you've got this is our last... This was why I had my stops here. This was our last fail-safe, so we might push again on this 15, to be honest with you. See if we can get down on the 15. Hopefully we can drop aggressively, but... let's have a look at this 5. Jesus Christ, look at that 5 minute. No news. What day are we on? Wednesday. Nothing on there. It's like it was waiting for us to enter. Wasn't it? Okay, let's see if we can get a 5 minute bearish close back down. See if we can drop it aggressively. Come on the 5. Now, if you don't like the trade, guys, you know you can get out now. You're 50% of whatever you're risking. I'll wait for this 5 close. I know this 15, though. This 15 could push further. It should do technically because it's broke above. Look at that, man. That was absolutely minging. We didn't even have time to have a look for second entries, did we? Now, what's the hour looking like? I mean, look at that hour candle, right? So, we knew the hour could push to... The hour's going to close in 10 minutes. So, I would imagine if we don't avoid stops, the new hour technically should pull back first. Should pull back first before flipping if it's going to come up that way. Right? Now we're in the last 10 minutes of the 1 hour, so the 1 hour should start pulling back, which it's done. I don't know whether this is the pullback to leave a top wick. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit tricky now. We could push further. Technically the 15's closed out, so the 15 could flip back to the upside. That was a freak of nature, though. Look at that. Minging. I want to see what this 5 does here. Oh, come on, the 5. Guys, I think I'm going to be closing out if this 5 closes bullish. I need a bearish 5 close. Ideally below this. Guys, I am out of this trade. I'm out. I've took a loss on this, guys. Unfortunately, what a shame that was, man. What was that? What did we lose? 3k. Alright, okay, not too bad. Not a full loss. At a bullish 5 close, you're probably going to have to break the highs again. Though I might be wrong. If you're still in this, good luck. You've got to avoid the 1 hour, really. The 1 hour could actually still play out. Could. The thing is, though, with the 1 hour, it might push first. Should probably stop you around. Let's see. Well, guys, unfortunately, another loss added to the stream. I mean, we were due one, weren't we? We were due one. What was it, 3/60? Honestly, I don't know why that's happened. I don't know why it's done that. The only thing I can think of is the daily. I mean, we are bullish. We are bullish on the daily. We know we needed to come and fill the range, but this is the thing, every trade you take is a lot more riskier because 100% of the time from what we've got, price taps this, pulls back to this on the lower time frames, 100% of the time. However, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then obviously you've got all this here. So this is what I'm saying. Yes, 100% of the time that's what price does. But obviously it's 100% out of how many? 5, 6, something like that. So a bit of a nightmare. Getting typical. It might still be alright if you've kept stops where they are and it didn't close out. I just didn't like the 15. 15. Anyone still in on it?
Yep.
Go on, Dan. Go on, Dan. You just need a 5 close, right? But it's then, is the new hour going to push up first? Or is it going to pull back?
Not in it.
Yeah.
89. I held out a little bit longer than
Yeah.
the 87. But, it's coming down.
Go on, son.
I'm still convinced the weekly will flip.
12, 11, 10. Data 27. Z 24. 9:45 on it. 45. Ooh, wingback sells. Very, very tough for that, guys. What was this? 15 minus 3060. What was stops? I think we closed that. I closed out 60 pips. Not too bad actually. 60 pips. Tap. Take pass move to break even was gonna be 14. Okay, so what was this? Oh shit. So weekly bias. It's not, isn't it? Because we were on sells, daily bias, sells. So maybe that's where we went wrong. We didn't go with the weekly and the daily bias. H4 break, no. And remember what I was saying with wingbacks, you ideally want a 4 and a 1 hour to break the lows and break out, and it hadn't a close respecting. So again, maybe that's what caught us. So not with bias 4 and 1 had closed. Respecting. Break. It was a freak push that though, I won't lie. So we've still got some nice profit for this month, to be fair. We've still got some nice pips, 251 pips we're still up this month, which again still covers our loss we took in February. So it's still not too bad. Oh, I hope this comes back down 8 for you. Come on, baby. You've had a 5 close down, which is nice. But you're still respecting this area here. You really need a 5-minute close below 21.88. You might need to break the highs again in order to come down. So it's whether you will leave stops up here or whether you move stops closer. It's up to you is what you do. Nice word. I went away for a second now. We're at 2090. Gotta love gold. That's gold for you, mate. Yeah, I know, mate. Look, this, guys. Look at that 5-minute candle. It's a pure freak move. I don't think we had one 5-minute candle push 120 pips.
Oof.
Even these candles on the way up didn't push 120 pips. What about this one here?
That's nuts.
70 pips, like, honestly, this is just a freak move. Even these, oh, this one did. Look at that one. That was news, that though, wasn't it, surely? Oh, maybe not. Look at that. Oof. Wow. There's another one there, 18. So it is literally just a freak move, guys. There's nothing I could have done about that.
Just 120 pip down on a 5. That would be alright.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think you're gonna have to break the highs again. So stops might have been alright in the same place, but you're probably gonna get stopped out if your stops are here. So if you can do, it's because of this daily. Look at the daily now. You've had the wick fill on the daily now. Whether it can come and test this high and still flip to the downside. But, man, that's fucking disgusting. Look at that, man. Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's the hours. If anything, the hour's going to save you. If the new hour can open up and pull back. The reason I closed out, though, guys, because the 15, it broke above. So, technically, the 15's in a clean traffic range up. Well, it's up to at least where stops are closed, 21.94. That might still save you, but what a freak move, man. I need a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea, guys.
It's disgusting. I think you need a fried egg sandwich cooked in butter.
Yeah, I know. I might have to go for breakfast after that.
Did you go for one yesterday?
I did. I need to stop eating them. I'm going to turn into a sausage.
You must be that cafe's best customer.
Oh, I love it. Really nice. I can't believe that move, man. That 1 5 minute. I was literally over here looking, and I'd just see me little lines shoot up. And I think it was you, Dan, who went, ugh.
Well, I'm telling you, I think it is. Vic posted it as well, that the Bank of Japan have jet stepped in to push the US dollar price.
Really?
Down. Which is what happened last time the USD JPY price started to get towards the 1.2 maybe.
Yeah. The thing is, though, unless you've got that info, it's not on the Forex Factory. Let's have a look, see if it's...
If you look on Level Up chat, Vic's posted it.
I see, I didn't see that, you know.
No, I didn't see it either.
Juice.com or something. If you look on there, it will tell you that the Bank of Japan's stepped in.
Yeah.
Vital information. It's alright. Just pull back on the hour, if at all, and then it's going to block in. Have faith.
Have faith, mate. You need to survive the hour. If the 1 hour can just pull back straight away, you'd probably end up in profit. Disgusting. Disgusting. Well, that's it with gold. Yes, you do have to love it, because some days it does just punch in the face. Absolutely punch in the face. I was hoping for 100% month there as well. We were so close to 100% month, guys. 27th. How many more days we've got? Blood for this Friday. 2 days. Come on, man. Come on. My aim's to get 6 months in a row. 100%. That's like my goal. That was me. You didn't even like break out a test, because here you should have tested. You've got a breakout test before going. You didn't break any of the low. Well, actually you broke this low, but you didn't break any of the lows to drive up at all. This is just a freak of nature. Like I say, obviously it's been manipulated that by Japan. Looks like it from what Mike's saying. The bastards. Oh, we flipped down now. Ooh, new hour guy's got a top wick as well. Can it drive down?
Everyone get your manifesting boots on.
Yeah, everyone get ready to. I would be getting out of break even if I were you, because it's got to have a decent pullback here. I mean, you've got liquidity to drive down, but it's just not worth it really. Come on, get back down. Now the thing is, well, the 15's still in that range, so the 15 could come back up technically, and it might want to break the highs again before coming down. So who's fuming about the loss? Who's pissed off about the loss? Who's...
I'm not pissed off, but I'm a bit... I was initially agitated, but I did stick to my rules, but that was my first on the challenge. So.
Oh. Was it really?
I stuck to my rules though, so I'm not as pissed off, but...
Right, but...
It wasn't a good start.
Yeah, typical that, like, maybe that's why it happened, because it knew you were on the challenge.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were risking what you're meant to risk, this shouldn't affect you at all, really.
I hit my 2%, and that was it.
Yeah. 2%. Well, to be honest, this wasn't 2%, this was 3%, this. So this was 3% loss for me. 3%, not 3%, sorry. This was 1.75% loss. Yeah, 1.75% loss for me. It was a partial loss, but depending on what you're risking, it was basically 75% of whatever you were risking. Well, if you closed out where I closed out anyway. Or was it? Do you know what? It might not be. Where was my stops? My stops were above here, 120. We closed out at 60 pips. Sorry, it was a 50%. So, I use the thing with me, I'm using set lots at the minute, so that's why it was 3k. But really, it's a 50% loss of whatever you're risking. So if you were risking 4%, obviously you would have lost 2%. If you closed out when I closed out, if you were risking 1%, you would have lost 0.5%. If you closed out where I closed out. So it wasn't too bad. You are?
I was gonna close out, but it was around 1.7, about 1.75%.
Ah,
So
okay.
I thought I'll either risk that last bit and just let it see if it pulls back before the end of the hour or not. But it didn't. But it's what it is.
It is, mate. And if you look at, obviously, because you're going through this with us, with the journey. If you look at the logbook, you're still way in profit. If you took every trade from stream, do you know what I mean? This is where people really struggle with when they take a loss. They start thinking things don't work, the strategy doesn't work, or the revenge trade and try and make the loss back. Like, I won't place another trade now today. That'll be me done. I'll just come back tomorrow. Yeah, well, don't, because that's where you go wrong.
Get myself in check. I'm alright.
Yeah, you just come back the next day, and you do the same thing. And what I tend to find is I always have a big winner the day after. Weird. I'll show you actually. Was it February? So if you look at Feb, I took that 3.5k loss here. Yeah. The next day I got 790, and then coming into March we got a 500 and then a 1300. I always tend to get big winners after a loss, which is weird. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But yeah, you've just got to keep looking at this logbook, because you know we're not faking anything on here. You're seeing everything. I'm showing you all the money. You can see that we're in profit and you're profitable. So you just go again the next day. But this is where it's hard going throughout your day, knowing you've just lost 3k. Obviously, I've lost 3k, yeah. But it doesn't make a difference, because I know I'm profitable overall. Like this month alone, I mean, we're still 5k up in March. Yeah, we're still 5k up, and it's still that has still covered the loss the previous month. So we're still doing absolutely fine. So yeah, I want to see what this hour does. Oh, looks like it's gonna get stopped here. But this, guys, I mean, the only thing I can say from this is we maybe should have waited for a 1 or 4 break of the lows, like break out to the downside. So ideally we wanted this one to break out. Well, ideally like that, and then we look for the wing back sell. But still, the reason why I was happy to take it, because 100% of the time you don't just fly up, you tap it. Even when you do fly up, you still tap, come back. So this has never happened before, where you've shot through this range. I mean, look at all this rejection. This is quite a strong zone, and we've literally powered through it all. And like I say, I don't know all the answers, I just act upon what I see. And this, what we've seen here, the only thing I can see what's going off is this here. this. That's it. That's all I can see what it's going off, really. But the issue you've got there is we're on an uptrend where really we coming down. So I didn't think this was going to happen. So there's nothing I could have done, really. I probably would take the same trade again tomorrow because it would probably play out again. Maybe I'd wait for that 1 hour break below or the 4 hour break below and then take it. But other than that, yeah. Oh well. I'm gonna have to go and. We still haven't been stopped here. If he's still in. Anybody on YouTube still in? You've got a 5 close above though, so technically it should start coming up. Unless you get a 5 fake out. If you can get a 5 fake out here, that now should initiate the move to come down. If you can get that, that would be perfect. I'm still in. Go on, Sharif. He's all technically, unless he's closed out with me, yeah. You've either got your stops here, or you've kept your stops where they are and you're happy with the risk. Right, because that's the safest place to put them, really, up here, because the last resort, well, really you need to be above here now because we're so high up. You do pull back to these levels, but yeah, hopefully if this 1 hour can pull back for you, that would be nice. You need the 1 hour to flip back to the downside. You need a 5 minute fake out back into this area. As soon as you get a 5 break below here, you should be coming down to break even, so you should be able to get out. That's what I'm waiting on. So I can update the chat. Absolutely typical. I'm just about to move house as well. Just about to move house.
I'm gonna come off. So.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll catch you later, mate.
Later.
And there's 5 flip to the downside. We're not driving up, mate, are we?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Come on. What's the 30 doing? So the 15's next to close, so looks like this 15's gonna close bullish. Can't believe that candle though, that one candle. Absolutely minute.
I think we will come back down.
120 pips, mate. 1 5 minute candle.
That is madness. Madness.
And there's 5 flip. it stops. Ooh. It's really struggling to print the mines, isn't it? This 5's going to do it though. Looks like even if this 5 closes like this, you're going to have to break the high to come down again.
Yeah.
2, 1. You need the next 5 to close bearish straight away, really. Oh, what you doing? Come on. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I know obviously we've took a loss. However, it's impossible to get a 100% win rate constantly. Losses are part of it, right? Losses are part of it. So it's not a loss if you followed your plan, and we did follow the plan really. We've just had a freak rare 5-minute candle. Really, one 5-minute candle pushed 120 pips, man. It's like crazy. So I think we've been done by a bit of manipulation, by the Japs.
By the man.
Yeah. So it's. We still haven't got stopped here. Like it still should be in. If you're still in. But yeah, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Losses are part of the game. So as long as you are managing your losses, right, control losses, then you should still be profitable over a long period of time, and that's what it's about. It's not about being profitable in a week. It's about being profitable in a month, 6 month, a year period. Okay. I need to have a look at that report though, what Vic's put in.
Yeah. That would have been handy.
Yeah. Yeah, but
again,
it's how far do you go into it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, do you then have to check everyone who can manipulate price?
Well, that's it, and everybody can.
Yeah.
And how far is it going to push it? So, is it going to push it 120 pips? Is it going to push it 20 pips?
Yeah, there you go, guys. You probably would have been stopped on that now. But 120 pips for one 5-minute candle is pure abnormal. Look at that. Pure abnormal.
Abnormal is bad enough, but you are abnormal.
Yeah. Oh, well. So, I'll be back on tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow will be my last day. It'll have to be a quick stream as well because I've got an appointment at 11. And then I'll be off for a week, okay? And we'll be back on, because I'm moving house, we'll be back. We'll be off this week. We'll be back on Tuesday the 2nd, okay? Back to streaming. Yeah, that's probably being stopped that now, guys. So, yeah. Second last day of the bloody month again. This is weird because February was the same, wasn't it?
Yeah.
February, second last day, last trade of the month. If we take a trade tomorrow, it'll be exactly the same. That is very weird.
Right, so April, second last day towards the end of April.
We just won't trade.
We won't trade. We won't talk about.
Yeah, yeah. Right, guys, any questions before I go? No, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. You should be alright, though, if you're doing proper risk management. That loss shouldn't affect us at all. Okay, I'm still in. Are you stopped still here, Sharif, or you're still above? Insane Canal, thanks for the stream. No worries, Medi. Oi, oi, I'll post that website in the Relentless public chat. Cheers, Vic. Have you seen that, Vic? Have you seen that? 1 5-minute candle, 120 pips. Mental. I'm out. No worries.
I knew it was going to happen. The Dean predicted it.
You probably did. I bet the Dean members caught that up. Yeah. I bet you the team members bought that up. I'm gonna have a look in the chat actually, see if they've caught some buys up. Can't believe it, man. Honestly. But you can't get annoyed, you know, losses are part of you. It's like, the way I look at a loss, when I have like 20 trades in a row wins, I'm then like, okay, sometimes I'm like, well, I try not to think of it, but you think, okay, you're one step closer to a loss. So you know a loss is coming. It won't be the first loss and it won't be the last. You'll always get losses, it's just part of it, but it's about spreading the losses out for a longer duration. Like I say, my target's 6 months without a loss, and then obviously my next target from that will be a year without a loss. Yes, she's put, yeah, mental expected with the JPY news. We had a buy signal earlier, yes, and the previous daily we were expecting buys on this. Yeah, I'd imagine. Well, I was expecting buys. We were expecting buys, but I thought you would 100% of the time price hits this area, pulls back to at least 21.81. Yeah, because we'd missed the buy here. So I thought you were going to get that pullback anyway, which, well, 100% of the time happens, but we've just had that freak news, shall we say, but wasn't on the news. So yeah, alright guys, right, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see yous back on tomorrow. And then we'll go again. No revenge trading, guys. Don't worry, no revenge trading. Yeah? We come back tomorrow, we do exactly the same thing. Just one of them things, isn't it? Impacted with the news, mate. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, guys. Catch you later, everyone.
See you next week.
Bye-bye. Bye.
See you later.
See ya.